All right, how is it going, everyone? It is JBS here, video of the day, Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Let's start off with what the market's doing today. So we had a bit of a flat open, I'd say, from yesterday. Not a ton of major news. There is some news on Bitcoin. So SEC is looking to approve a Bitcoin ETF, and I think they announced that they're going to release that today. I think it was announced earlier today where that happened. So I was like, all right, there's going to be some volatility in some crypto stocks. So, just be aware of that. If you are a trader that plays straddles or strangles, that could be something you could look to profit off of. But I don't really make any such plays. So that was kind of some major news, but nothing crazy today. All eyes are kind of on the CPI tomorrow. So I was going to say kind of expecting not a ton to happen, to be honest. I didn't think we would do much, but I hoped that we would at least get above that prior day high, and I could start to take in some more bullish swings. So that's what I was hoping for. Market today, we'll see, was kind of waffle around in the first part of the day. Didn't too much for the first really half, kind of grinding up higher. We had some reaction here to the 10-year bond, and then we took off here. I believe this is where some of the crypto news came out. The market staging higher. So it's been kind of a slow, grindy process up. You might look back and say, okay, well, it looks like a bullish trend day now, but a lot of the gains are these really big single candles, these pops for 5 or 10 minutes, and then a compression, right? And like here we have a grind, but like it's really not doing much for a ton of the time of the day. So that's that. You can see the volume is quite low. It's picking up a little bit more in this later half of the day, kind of getting a little more average, but fairly low in the beginning of the day. So on a D1 context, SPY or I guess the market, same deal. But I'm still bullish on a fundamental basis here, still bullish on a technical basis. You can see we've really eclipsed these day of losses very quickly. The other thing that I like, let me make this a little bit bigger. The other thing I like here is we're pretty close to testing this high of the year. I don't know if we will break it, to be honest. But I do know that we are very close to it, and a good CPI number could push this over the edge. So I'm not too worried about CPI tomorrow. I've been looking at the graph. The expected tomorrow is 3%. So if it comes anywhere in line of that, I think it's fine. It kind of matches the rhetoric. I don't think the market will really see it as a main mover. And it's been pretty quiet with the exception of this day right here. November 13th to 14th, that's when it was last released. And it would definitely beat the expectations here. Went from 3.2 to 3.1. And it's been pretty low pretty much since June. So from June of 2023, we've been under 4%. So for me, the worst case scenario for CPI is a giant move back up and it goes past 4%, which I think I see it as unlikely. Given that the interest rate hikes from the Fed are kind of circulating in right now, and we're already starting to feel those effects that they made several months ago, right? Because it's a lagging, kind of delayed effect that the interest rates hikes have on the whole economy. So I'd be surprised, but it could go higher, right? So 3% is low. That matches the low from June. And if it's below 3%, that would be a very bullish case. And I think the market could go higher. That could be the fuel we need to take out the high of the year and challenge the all-time high. However, if it is negative, we could see a little bit of selling, but I don't think one number, it would have to be a gargantuan number. I don't think one number would be really enough for the fundamental bias of the market to change, right? It really depends on how it prices in the market rate cuts next year. So really the question is, how does CPI affect what the market believes the rate cuts will be, right? If we have a very high CPI number that's abnormal, it could imply a longer period of terminal rate holding and fewer rate cuts. But again, you have to just consider the impact. How much does one CPI number have on this? Because it's just one component. PCE is also the other component over here. Earnings and bank strength was a previous component, not as relevant now. So in my opinion, I feel like if there's a negative reaction, it would not be super big. And I still feel very strongly on the bullish case. And the price action would certainly dictate so. If there's a major negative reaction and we fall below this low here, 466.43, okay, we form a double top here. Yeah, now I might consider some shorts and we might be in a neutral market. So I may take some profits on some swing longs. But other than that, I don't really, I think that's a very unlikely event. So I am going to stick with what I see on the charts. So that's what I think of CPI coming up tomorrow. So let's review the pick from yesterday, which was cost. All right, so cost was up. A lot of stocks were up. So if you were in cost right here, and I always put it on the wrong chart. If I can spell SPY right. Yeah, okay. All right, so you can see cost broke over here and not doing a ton today. It's kind of waffling around here. Double top, lower high, kind of dragged up by the market, but pretty relatively weak. So I'd actually probably take profits on this retest over here. At this high, you got a nice gap up. You got a decent move here if you bought in yesterday. All right, so let's say you're like, hey, I love the strength here. I bought in at the high at 666. And it closed it at 673. So that's a nice $6 move on a $600-700 stock. So some pretty nice gains. I also understand sticking with the position here if you're bullish on the market. So it really depends on the duration of your trade thesis and the instrument that you're using. Personally, I think it's tough to say because I don't like how it didn't participate in the rally today. So I would probably wait until the market loses a little bit of steam here. If you have a big position, you could consider taking partial profits and scale out a little bit. That way, if the market decides to, flip tomorrow, which I don't see as unlikely, but if we start to stall a little bit and Costco starts to sell, then you can exit out of the remaining position. That's how I would play it in terms of scaling out, but costed pretty well. Let's go over a couple of trades that I liked today. I'm going to go over my tags. First one that I joined in Pan W. So I actually took Pan W as a day trade yesterday. Ended up scratching out of it because I didn't have the immediate reaction I wanted to the market. But you can see really nice move up here. Good volume, compressed. Bit another leg higher, pulled back today. Nice move higher. Pulled back, another leg higher, pulled back, compressed a little bit. Some profit taking, but really nice M5 chart, and you can see super clean breakout here above AVWAP E for the stock, above the 8 EMA, nice bullish flag, and plenty of room to this level, this high plus trend line, around 328. So that would be my target. No earnings for some time. Yeah, no earnings till 220. So you could probably run this for a little bit here. I like Pan W. I took it. The other position I took today was Microsoft. Microsoft is my pick for the day. This is my favorite pick here. You can see super long compression. Broke out of compression, right? Lot of resistance below this level right here. Broke out of compression. And we have some room to this high plus trend line, right probably around 389. So that's probably where my target would be, 389, maybe 388.50. And I'd use the top of this compression right here as my stop. So if I were to draw another horizontal trend line, so somewhere probably like right there. Let's make it another color so we know. Let's make it green. So we know that it is support. That's a terrible green. Let's make this a nice green. Okay, that's a little bit, looks kind of like a black. See, this is the tough part of trading. You got to find the right color. Okay, I guess that's okay. But that's where I'd have my stop. So I wouldn't want to see this retrace, and I'd expect this to hold up and serve as support on any sort of market dip if we get one. But I like this trade. This is my pick for the day. Also see the D1 LRSI creeping up here. It's gaining relative strength. Just really, really nice breakout. Some other picks I liked. Let's go into Uber. Uber stacking some really, really nice candles over here. I don't know if this is resistance or not. I have this line here, so I'm going to see. Yeah, it looks like it sold off a little bit here, but you can see it filled in the gap from yesterday, held AVWAP-E, and started to move back up. Uber has really nice, steady price action. Might be one you could even do as a longer term swing for a month. So that's something I'm potentially thinking. You could also try for a put credit spread below the 50 SMA if you can get that, if you can get like a 56, 55. So let's quickly see if we can even do that on Uber, and just make sure that it is, let's see here, 214. Okay, so just making sure that your expiry is before that. So let's check 29. And let's do all strikes. All right, so yeah, 56, so 55, 54, a little bit low credit wise. You could maybe have taken it yesterday. You could probably still put in a bid for that. So I do like the bid for that. The other thing is this is the 55. Let's do the 56, 55. It's possible. Also notice that the 50 SMA is sloping up. So I like to notice that here, where I can even go to something like the 57, 56. And I know that, given time, it's going to keep moving up, and 57 will be my stop. So I think you could probably go for this. And I actually like this spread. If you get it for 20 cents bid here, I like this quite a bit. You have the 8 EMA as well. I am gonna go for this. All right, so we'll see if that fills, but I think that's how I like. You can even take it as a normal swing, by the way, too. I'm just kind of mixing swings and put credit spreads as well, because I'm trying to learn these strategies. So I call it Uber, call it PanW. Let's look at Meta. Meta is really nice today. Nice breakout over this high, super long-term high plus trend line, making an all-time high. It does have some time before earnings. You can see nice move up today. It's selling off a little bit, so it looks like there's some profit taking happening right now in the tech sector, but I still really like it. And what I would do is I would create an LRSI alert, which is what I'm going to do right now on Meta. And when that triggers, I can have a nice entry point into this stock. I do like it. I'm just not crazy about trading these breakouts on Meta, because you can see when it breaks out to a new level, it's tended to be a little bit choppier. It was really strong, so super strong price action all the way in 2023. And you can see the nature of the beast changed, where tech stocks, they were kind of overvalued a little bit, and it's kind of hit this choppy range for a good chunk of time. And now it's having some steadier price action with dips. So I'd rather enter Meta on these dips with the D1L RSI cross. So something like here, you can enter somewhere around here. You're close to support, and you can take profits on this next leg higher versus the breakout. That's how I feel personally, but you can still trade the stock. Now, the other one I really liked today was Walmart. Walmart broke through all these levels of support right here into the gap. Really nice relative strength. You can see you had posted 3 nice days of gains over here, stronger to the market. Pretty negative earnings reaction, which isn't great. But I like what I see in Walmart. You can see that has a double top, lower high. So I'd want it to make a new high of the day. I didn't like how it didn't. So what I will do is set an alert on Walmart and see if it can make a new high of the day. I was looking for a put credit spread on Walmart, but the strikes just weren't there. If you look at Walmart, I would like something ideally at the 158, 157.50. And they're just not, yeah, you're not getting enough credit. You want 50-cent credit for that. So you can't get it for something there. And the further out strikes just don't have the 57.50 option available. So that's what is there. So those are looking pretty good. Let's take a quick look at the chat room, see what is going on over here. Dash was a nice move from yesterday. HD had some nice call outs. Let's take a look at HD. Oh yeah, really, really nice breakout here. Personally, I would probably like to take it here. I like these bullish flags when you get these really nice entries, but I still think it's really great. You have a high, some super long-term high plus trend lines coming to play. So this I would probably respect a little bit, you know, as a long-term effect here. We'll see if HD is, yeah, there's rubbing up against it a little bit, but really nice price action, really nice volume. This is the condition you need to break through those kind of long-term resistance levels. So what I will do here is I will see if HD breaks above, let's say 358. So I want to do is set an alert. Let's go into price and then 358. Nice, I can use this keypad. Okay, so if it crosses there, I can see, and then I'm going to wait for the retest of that level, right? So when you see the break, it would be like a break, a retest, and then it would go and you would confirm that the support is over there. So HD is really nice. What else has been called out in the chat? That's kind of the main ones here. I've seen some other ones that have also been called out. Yeah, that's looking like it. There was a Santa Momo. So let's check out the Santa Momo here. I don't really trade Momos, but just, you know, it's good to learn, see what the strategies are. So let's look at the Santa Momos here. So let's see, Dave took it at 1209. I'm going to probably crossed VWAP over here after the pullback, and it didn't do much. So they have a lot of volume. You could do something here. I don't really trade them, but, you know, it's a good option to have, especially, I would say, last week when the market's pulling back and you don't have a lot of great trades setting up. You can probably take some Momos, and, you know, it's a nice way to diversify your skill set. The types of trades you can take, it gives you more options in those scenarios. As a novice trader, I'm kind of just waiting out this period, and the thing is just to not make terrible trades. As you become more intermediate or more advanced or become more seasoned, there are small windows of opportunities on the way down. You just have to know what you're looking for. So that's kind of what I see here. So that's it for today. I'm not going to belabor the video any longer. You can see that SPY rejected off this all-time high here. Don't quite have the volume to break through today. But my pick of the day is Microsoft, and I'm in the pick as well. I also like the Uber put credit spread. I forgot actually to talk about the positions that I have. I did take profits on Google. So let me quickly show you Google here, which I always enter in the wrong area. Yep, so I took profits on Google here because I was like, I don't know if it'd be double top, lower high, so took profits here. And it looks like there's a nice rejection from this line right there, and that's confirming as some resistance. I also almost took profits on AMD. It was, my target was literally right here, didn't almost hit it, came back below, was like 151. You can see the high of this, 150.88. So I think on a retest of that level, I'm going to take profits on AMD, and then look over to some other trades. Let's look at how some of the other picks are doing. So my SPY trade is looking pretty good. My Airbnb put credit spread, if you would like to load, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's moving up, but that's fine. I don't have to get totally red. It just has to be above 130. So that's doing well. PanW I'm slightly down on, but I entered that today, so got to give it some time. GS, kind of a little weak here. I'm not loving GS. You can see it has this LRSI cross down today as well, which I don't love. So I'm going to keep an eye on GS, and maybe something I exit today just because it's just not giving me what I wanted to see. So may exit that trade for a loss. The other ones that I have, the NVIDIA put credit spread here is doing excellent. I believe this trade is up. If I look at my position, yeah, so I took it on this day, and obviously it's gone up quite a bit. So just on the sheer move on the delta, I believe I will be up on that trade. So let's see how that's doing over here. Nice, yeah. So I'm up 50% on that trade. So I'm halfway to my target, which is really nice. So that's doing pretty well. And let's look at our favorite stock, AMGN, which has decided to move down. So at this level here, pretty weak today, pretty choppy retracement down. So it looks like profit taking still going on. And may need to test this 8 EMA, which has held up beautifully since this move over here. So we may see an 8 EMA retest, which would coincide with my stop, potentially a little bit higher. And once it gets that retest, we can see that next stage higher. Still like Amgen, not panicking on that. And I finally, just to confirm, I have my bid on Uber. So Uber put credit spread may be filled in today. Let's see. That's it for today, everyone. Hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow.